What is going on, my people? Welcome back to the Unfiltered Empire. You're back here with your boy Mello. You know I got my boy Jao.
What is up, fam? What is up?
We're back for another amazing video like we always do, man. How your day been going, my guy?
It's been pretty good, man. You know, had a little allergy attack. Yeah, I mean, is what it is. Took a couple of pills. Try to make myself feel better. Went to the gym so I can get back to 100%. Other than that, man, I'm chilling. What's up with you?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I am blessed to be not allergic right now. So I don't have to I ain't gonna throw no shot to you.
That's so messed up, bro. We're keeping this in here. Because the pollen is getting crazy. We're already starting the video. The video's getting started,
You know what's
bro.
crazy, though? I was sneezing all day today. Like, I can't even lie. I sneezed like 6 times.
And that's the thing, too, because we're outside. We're outside all day
Facts.
delivering packages and stuff. We're delivering to people's houses. You got pollen falling on you all day. Inside the trucks you get in the morning.
Man, the
Pollen's
dashboard.
all over the dashboard.
Come on.
Pollen's all over the seats. I got to sit in here for 10 hours. Brother.
That is a fact. I delivered a package today. I threw the package down and I swear to you straight white dust. I mean yellow dust just start flying everywhere. I'm like, yeah, bro.
White dust.
Yellow. Yellow dust. He said, I had to correct it in the moment. I was like, oh, shit. This I'm at the crack house.
Shit.
Hey, man, we at the coke house. But you know what we got for today, man. We got our word of the day. The word of the day for today is mindfulness. I picked mindfulness for the word of the day this morning because I feel overstimulated. And with feeling overstimulated, there's ways I have to learn how to conquer that overstimulation instead of letting it conquer me.
Facts.
So I look at the word mindfulness as like, you know, we all have that voice in our head. There's that voice that always comes around. It's there every day, all day, no matter what time of the day. It's always going to be there. But there's different actions that voice tends to use to get you off center.
Right.
So say you're going after goals. Say you're going after a dream. Say you're going after just something at work or something in social media. It could be a plethora of different things you could be going after. There's always that voice that pops up and tells you something negative to make you want to believe you can't do what you're about to do. So I try to go after the word mindfulness because instead of letting that voice beat you down, because I let that voice beat me down at times. Like, I'll hear that voice when I'm about to post a clip for the YouTube that we do.
Right.
And I'll see myself in the video, and I might look and I'm going to criticize myself the worst. So I'm going to be like, man, I don't like that. I don't like that feature. But when I started to hear that in the beginning, I just wouldn't post the video. So in the beginning, the mindfulness was not being used. I was not mindful of my voice in my head. I was like believing what I was saying to myself and not sitting there and being like, well, prove to me why this is not like. Well, prove to me why you think like that.
Right.
That's why I started sitting back and asking myself now, like, prove to me why I have this negative voice. I'm not gonna battle it no more. I'm not gonna go back and forth with it. I'm gonna have my mind trying to prove to me if that's true. And 99% of the time, after you put your mind in that state to do that, it can't prove to you it's true, because it's just a negative thought pushing you to get.
You already have a following.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We have people that enjoy our videos and things like that.
Shout out
and
to
they're
y'all.
facts. And they're not nitpicking how you are. But also you gotta think that you're always gonna see the flaws in yourself more than other people are.
For sure.
For instance, my teeth. I look at my teeth every time we drop a video, bro. I'm like, bro, we have a great video. I'm laughing out loud and everything, but I look at my teeth every time. And I'm like, dang, my teeth is all cracked up. That's what somebody else is gonna go look at. But when we post the videos and stuff, everyone's like, dang, that was just a funny video. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Yeah.
Mello said something that was really intriguing and made me think the next time I watch this and stuff like that.
I actually have something I can put on that as well, because if you really sit back, think about what he just said. You think about your teeth. I do the same thing. Like, I know I'm working in the future to fix my teeth, get everything figured out that I need to be done. And before I post these videos, I'm looking at that flaw. I'm looking at, oh, I don't like this. But just like how you just said a while ago, the biggest factor is nobody cares about those little things that we are caring so much about. Like nobody really cares about that. And majority of the time, if someone does care about it, that's when your video's already gone viral. Everything you've wanted to happen with the video's already happened. So now you have people that are gonna criticize, and that's social media. I wish somebody would, but it's like, I don't wish somebody would, but it's like,
No, but then that goes into like the other day when we had seen something on one of our posts where it's like, yeah, so it's like you see us sitting here and we're talking about positivity. We're trying to help you grow. We're learning stuff ourselves still. But you're sitting out here posting comments that are negative. At that point, just, you know what I'm saying, unsubscribe. Unfollow us. Go watch those YNs and stuff like that, because that's what you want to do. Go watch Sexy Red and stuff. We're here to push out positivity to you guys. We're here for y'all to ask us questions, for us to answer the questions and ask you all questions as well. That, again, it's going to make you think. So if you're sitting here and you see that, and the only thing you can sit here and...
I know
yeah.
exactly where you're going. Because I'm going to say is that, well, always remember, social media is just clips. We are in a time span now where people will get over emotional over a clip without knowing any context behind anything that was said in the video. So it's like, you see a 10, 15, 20 second clip and respond to that clip because it made you feel some type of way. You're observing something from that clip without watching the video. And then when you don't watch the video, you don't get background content. You don't even know what we said 10 seconds before the clip started. Nope. So it's like, whatever it could have been, because it didn't really press us, but I like using this as an example. Because I look at it and I laugh. I look at comments, I look at someone say, I'm just laughing because you're just showing me who you are. You're letting me know that your common sense level is pretty low. And that's all you're going to talk about on a video that's telling you to better yourself. The video literally started with "Don't drink soda no more," and the thing you commented on or whatever was said in there had nothing to do with that at all. Nothing to do with that.
And that goes back to what I said as well. Again, we're pushing out positivity. If the only thing you can do is nitpick and find small insecurities about yourself, really, because we're talking about stop drinking soda, bro. Again, unfollow us. Go watch whatever's on YouTube and stuff that intrigues your mind. There ain't no reason to sit here and comment bad stuff about people. I'm pushing out positivity to you. I'm trying to help you better yourself.
Well, we're bettering ourselves because it's all a journey at the end of the day. I'm not perfect. He not perfect. I dropped out of college. like let me put that out there real quick. I didn't get the degree I wanted to get. Played college basketball, did not finish college, and I'm still smarter than most people that are in college off of what I taught myself. So it's like I'm just using the mindfulness that I've learned and the things that I've learned and put in my mind to kind of uplift me and help me get through different situations. Because there's a saying I'm gonna put in here, and it's hurt people, but then at the same time you're the best teacher to who you were before. So like my main goal when I speak majority of the time is speaking to the past version of myself. Because there's someone out there that's living that current perspective of life that I used to live before. So I don't judge people. I don't really look at myself as better than nobody else because I was just there. And when I was there, I didn't have no one in my ear telling me, oh yeah, bro, meditate. Oh yeah, bro, hold on. Don't just meditate. Listen to what thoughts are coming up in your mind while you take 5 seconds of mindfulness. Because it also goes into overstimulation. Like, I wake up in the morning sometimes. I remember when I was there, bro. I would wake up in the morning and I know all these bills are gonna call my phone today because I owe all them money. I owe everybody money. So at this point in time in my life, I'm like, all right, damn. I wake up, I'm waking up telling myself, man, I want to go back to sleep. I don't even want to be up. I don't even want to because I woke up overstimulated instantly. I know in that time in my life, I wasn't meditating. I wasn't doing anything mindful. So what was I doing first thing in the morning? I would turn my alarm off my phone, which I don't need to be on my phone at all in the morning. Now I'd scroll on social media. I'll pick my phone up and see what I missed. And it's like, realistically, I missed nothing. Nothing really that I needed to know. Because what I realized as well is what you start consuming in the morning time, you're going to get thoughts of that during the daytime.
Say that one more time.
Like, in the morning time, you're going to start watching something. You might watch something random. So when it's first thing in the morning and you end up looking at your phone, you end up scrolling on social media, you end up indulging in all the things that's going to stimulate your mind, and to where now you aren't going to be able to focus too much throughout the daytime. Because there's a study that I wanted to put to you guys, because statistics, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So the one thing that won't lie is the numbers. And 82% of Americans have experienced overstimulation at least once in their life. So that's majority, almost everybody. And then 60% of people identified intense sounds as their primary trigger to the overstimulation. And 71% of people feel stress or anxiety at social functions due to sensory overload. When I say that to you, the first thing that comes to my mind is, all right, well, damn, a lot of us are overstimulated. But what also comes to my mind is, just like how when you look at a child, they ask questions about everything. A child will always ask you why when you tell them to do something. They'll never just do it instantly. They're going to ask, why do I need to do it? So when I look at this, I'm like, well, why did 82% of Americans experience overstimulation? Okay. Why is the number at 60%? Why is the number at 71%? What's the common denominator in all of these that probably factor in that they're not going to break down in this? But it's the phone. Mm-hmm. It's the screens. Like, your eyeballs are the vision for your brain. So if your brain's overstimulated, you got to think back, what is my brain envisioning to overstimulate it? Because we can overstimulate ourselves in our mind by thinking about a lot of different things in one period of time. But then that's where mindfulness comes in. That's where slowing down and now taking a meditation, taking deep breaths, taking a walk in nature, like doing those things to get out of your head. But then now there's a point of view where now we have to talk about stimulating yourself from the screen. Because now it's like, those are two separate sections of mindfulness. The mindfulness is what you do with the action in real life. Like, okay, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to take a second. I'm going to give myself 10 minutes. I'm going to sit here for 10 minutes or even 5 minutes. I'm either going to do a guided meditation where I'm meditating with someone on my phone telling me to breathe in, breathe out, telling me what to think. Or I'm going to sit there in complete silence. And while I'm in silence, I'm going to see what thoughts are coming to my mind. And then instead of racing those thoughts, I'm just going to observe it. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to observe. And I'm telling you this from what I actually do, not from what I hear from other people saying. Like, I go into nature, I go on trails, and I will go in a trail, and I'm going to just sit there for 5 to 10 minutes on a trail and just let my mind roam and see where my mind is going. Because then it centers me down now. For when I'm done with that trail, I'm executing everything I need to do. I'm not overstimulated no more. When I go on a trail, I barely touch my phone. The only time I'm touching my phone is shoot content, and I'm going to put it back. Because I don't need to stimulate my mind while I'm already stimulated by nature. Because that's where we naturally are from anyways. That's where we feel most at peace. Everybody, if you go outside into the nature and you sit there, yes, you might have allergies. Yes, you might get bug bites. Yes, you might have all these different things that occur. But naturally, you're going to be more peaceful. It's nature. It naturally does that to you. Do you have anything on mindfulness and overstimulation that you felt before?
Yeah, I got two things. So first, just based off what you were saying, I wanted to tell people as well, it's all right to not want to do that as well. To just go outside and find something that is going to stimulate yourself. To stimulate yourself. You can paint. You can go on a... I'm sorry, I had to restart. You can go and paint. You can go and find certain groups of people who might want to go and like travel or something like that as well. The thing is to find something that works for you. Some people have told me like meditating don't work for them.
Which understandable.
No, yeah. And then
but I'm gonna say this not to cut your wisdom.
Yeah.
But if meditating don't work for you, start asking yourself why.
Right, because this is the thing again. You sitting down, you're like, oh, I got all of these thoughts in my head. Let those thoughts pass you. Just sit in silence, like he said. Sit in silence, be by yourself. Let those you're gonna have thoughts in your head anyway. Let those thoughts pass. Start saying, a great way that I had started beginning was when I sat down, I would sit down and meditate. You ain't even gotta have your legs crossed. We can be sitting right here on this couch. Close your eyes, take some deep breaths, and say to yourself in your own head, don't think, don't think, don't think. And then let everything just pass. Because
I'm gonna say from my perspective, because I do hear what you're saying on that part. If you focus on telling yourself don't think, you're still not meditating.
But once you say it like 3 times, at a point it just kind of passes over, because now you're actually not thinking. Or a great other way is just to ask yourself this question. You're sitting there and you say, I wonder what I'm going to think next. Because now your brain is going to take a minute to even register what it's trying to think. So then now you're sitting there and I wonder what I'm going to think next. Now your mind is blank. Yeah, then you sit there and you enjoy the rest of the time of just breathing and stuff like that. But like you said as well, you got to ask yourself, why does meditating not work for me?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, look at any baby. Look at any 3, 1, 2. It doesn't matter until obviously a certain point where they start getting cognitive reasoning when they're doing things on their own, when they're now going different places. But a baby will sit there and just stare into the universe, into the world. Because a baby lives in peace. We were all born in peace. It's when the other factors come into life, and then that starts overstimulating our mind and our body, and then we shy far away from that peace. Because the crazy thing that a lot of people don't want to acknowledge, but it is a fact, around 21, 22 is when most people start quitting on life. They start just thinking that it's not for them. They start thinking, all right, man, like, I'm 21, I'm 22, I'm trying to find that job, I'm trying to make some money. I have a job, I'm making at least some type of money, and I'm sustainable right now in my life. I think this is it for me. I'm gonna keep working this job. I'll take trips every other month whenever it's time to, whenever week I get a break.
Precisely.
Yeah, whenever I'm allowed to take a break, I'll take a break and I will go take a trip. I know my bills are paid because I'm getting paid enough to take care of my bills. If you're with a girl and you're working a job and you got everything covered, you're pretty sustainable, your girl's happy-ish, you're okay. But then deep down, it's not your dream. And I bet money if I asked a version of you when you're 5, in that age range, you wouldn't say it's what you wanted to do with your life. You just said you had big dreams of accomplishing a bunch of different things in your life. But at some point in time along that timeline, it stopped believing it. You stop believing the dream. You start believing that, okay, the dream's not for me no more. I need to do this because this was going to work. Instead of knowing that your dream is going to work. But the mindfulness comes into belief, first of all, how do I even execute the dream? 99% of us now, we think of our dream and we think that's unrealistic. How is something you're thinking in your mind unrealistic when everything in this world is a thought? So I wanted to tie that in with mindfulness because I'm seeing a lot of people around my age. I'm 22 years old. I'm seeing people around my age now starting to quit.
And that's the thing. So I got a lot of friends, and I'm glad you said that because I have a lot of friends and people that I know that are sitting in that exact position. And you think it's over and stuff like that. You got to remember, you just finished high school, and most of us have just finished high school in 2020. We went through college, did all that. Now we're just really starting our careers. You're just now starting.
Brain ain't even developed yet.
Your 20s are your time to figure out who you are.
Try everything. Try everything.
If you don't, then again, you're stuck in that, and we talk about this all the time, you're stuck in that position. Now you feel like I can only stay at this job. I can only do, go ahead.
Yeah.
Speak to him, brother.
Choosing that is a choice. Choosing that you're okay with where you are right now is a choice. Like, you're choosing to say, I don't want more. And I am okay with what this is.
And now you got to ask yourself, why don't you want more? Because you know you can do it.
You got all the power in you to get it done.
You made it this far.
Right.
There's a lot of people who haven't.
Right. You could be dead.
You could be.
And that's also another thing of mindfulness. Man, the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I'm grateful and thankful for being here.
Right.
The first words that I can say, I've been doing this for maybe 7 to 8 months myself for doing it in my prayer when I pray with God in the morning time. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be so grateful that I woke up. I'm gonna be grateful that I have a breath. I'm gonna be grateful that I'm here in a room, in a bed with a roof over my head, and I have something. I can go pick up a water bottle. I can go into my fridge. My fridge is not empty, and I can eat something. And like, those are the main things. I'm grateful for the health of my people around me. I'm grateful for the health of my parents. I'm grateful for the health of my child. Once I start my day off like that, I already feel like I'm already all right. I'm grateful for what I have now. Let's build.
Right.
Instead of waking up and thinking about what you lack and how I need to get more. I don't need to go get more. I just need to build off what I have. because what I want in my future is already in me. I just have to build it out now to be fruition into the future.
Facts. And it goes into me saying this as well. You don't have to believe in. I don't want to make this religious or anything, because people have their own beliefs.
Hey, believe what you gotta believe.
Right. At the end of the day, you sit there, you thank God, you thank Jesus, you thank Mary, whoever you believe in, and you keep pushing on with your day, because that can be your peace as well.
You gotta start out the day, man, with that mindfulness, thankfulness. Like, how you gonna live a positive life if you don't start your day off with positivity?
Exactly.
How do you want to achieve the goals you want to achieve, but you're not even thankful for what you have right now? Like, I lived the life of having sports car, nice flashy things, going to different like events, and I got all that stripped from me. Like, I stripped it from myself, from my decisions that I made in my life. But then even at the bottom, I became it made me realize what I need to be really thankful for. After losing everything, after not getting nothing no more and having nothing, that's when I realized, like, damn, none of that mattered. None of the other stuff mattered. The money I'm chasing, the girls I'm chasing, none of that matters. Like, what matters is how I feel in my soul when I wake up.
That's that overstimulation.
Yeah, because I'm overstimulated. Like, I kid you not, I'm overstimulated. One, I'm going out. Then when I go out, I know I'm bringing somebody with me when I go out. If I have a person with me, then I know I got to do something with her. We got to be all flashy, nice.
Of course.
In my mind back then, that's how I thought. I don't think like that now.
I still do.
Oh, see? It's like, you feel me? Like, then say, for instance, we indulge in drugs. The drugs, low-key, overstimulate us as well. Because we're slowing our mind down for a psychedelic effect.
Right.
Sometimes not psychedelic. Shrooms and mushrooms and all that extra stuff. But we slow ourselves down and phase out of reality to come right back into reality when the high or the run is gone. And that's still overstimulation because your mind is preparing itself to go back into the fire.
Especially if you're doing it every day. And
for sure.
Again, I think we touched on this a couple of videos ago. But we got to kind of chill on smoking every day as well. You got to think about what that's doing to your lungs. Even when you have allergies and stuff like that, you're feeling sick. You can be putting these good things in your body, but instead you're still trying to figure out, how can I smoke? How can I hit this bong real quick? So even though my throat hurts, how can I hit this bong so I can still, get that high, that overstimulation.
Chasing that high. Life nowadays, don't force nothing on you. Life will never force, but life is not easy.
No.
Life is very challenging. The hills and valleys you go through, the ups and downs that hit you, like, life is challenging. That's why I don't shame people. I'm gonna say I don't shame people for taking drugs. I don't even shame people for taking the hardcore drugs. As long as you don't get hooked on these type of things. As long as you're not like out here every day stimulated. I'm outside the other day, and of course this is Atlanta. I'm hooping, playing basketball, and a dude walked by me. Yo, I got gas. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, and keep in mind, I am outside in the park and stuff like that. I did not smoke at all this whole day. I didn't smoke. I don't smoke while I play basketball. Because it's just backwards living, if I'm being honest. Why would I do that while I'm hooping? I'm gonna get tired faster. But then around me, all I'm seeing is everyone smoking while they're hooping. Everyone's smoking on the sideline. And then what do I also see? Us, black people. I see majority black people. And what is the easiest culture to poison? Black people. Because we are the most addictive culture. White people, they have their tendencies in certain drugs, some may say, and a lot of drugs we also delve into. But that crack era that we went through, who did it run through? Black people. The era we're in right now, we're in the weed era right now in the world. I don't know if a lot of people want to realize that. We talk about crack era back then in the 80s and the 90s. But we're in the weed era. Right now, if you know that everybody's smoking. Everybody smokes a blunt. Everyone's outside, everywhere smoking. And it's not a terrible thing when you're on your purpose. Because, like, It's a difference when you're smoking to fill a void, and then it's a difference when you're smoking just to naturally get a nice feeling for yourself for the day. You knocked out everything you needed to do. It's chill time.
Yep.
That's your choice of chill, which is fine. But then for some people, it's their choice of escape. And we can't keep using drugs to escape our everyday life. Because the drugs we using, the government and the system out there is putting a whole other drug out there to come take you down with anyways. So you just kind of taking a knife and stabbing yourself by not even being out here responsive. Because a lot of times people get fried. What do you think that does to your brain? You're not going to be responsive fully. You ain't like, I'm not going to say you ain't going to be responsive fully because I've been responsive fully. And I'm not Superman. And I don't think I'm Superman. And I don't think it's the best thing to do. But it's also the right thing to do to talk to people about it.
Right.
And not just sit here from a pedestal, oh yeah, don't do this, don't do that. Like I don't do it before. Or I don't indulge in it at times like that.
Of course.
I'm not perfect. And I'm never going to put out to people I'm perfect. I got flaws. Like I got the things I got to work on. We talk about this mindfulness stuff. Like I said, I wake up in the morning and I'm over here thinking I'm not doing anything in my life I need to be doing for real. And then when I do think like that, I'm like, well, what are you doing? When I get those thoughts, when I get those questions, I'm like, all right, you feel like that. Why? And then I never can prove myself why I'm not doing it because I know I am doing what I got to be doing and I'm on my purpose. So that's why it goes back to mindfulness and just questioning yourself, bro. Like, you have to question yourself because you know the answer to the question. But the only person that can really ask the question to get the real answer out of you is you. And your mind is going to give you a bunch of answers to the wrong question if you let it. Because once you start believing these negative thoughts that come into your head, once you start believing that voice that whispers at you, that we're going to do a quick thing real quick.
Yeah.
And it's very simple, but I want everyone to do this. We're going to do it twice. First time is picture the word happiness. Think of the word happiness. And I'm going to count to 3. When I get to 3, say happiness, but don't say it out loud. You're going to say happiness in your head, and you're going to just hear it. You're going to hear it in your head. So 1, 2, 3. All right. Who said that? And then realistically, how'd you hear it? Because I heard happiness. I said happiness. You feel me? That's the voice. It's always there at all times. The voice is forever going to be there. But it's how you control. Like what we just did a while ago was controlling that voice. You single it out. You hear something exactly what you want to hear. And you didn't say a word. I didn't say the word. Did you say the word?
Yeah.
But I heard happiness. Like I know when I said 3, I said it in my mind. And for some reason, the voice said it in my head. That's the voice we're talking about. It's always there. You might not even realize it at times because it's influencing your actions. You just naturally, oh yeah, I'm going off this. I feel like this is the right move, so I'm gonna do it. That's the voice in your head telling you, oh yeah, go do this.
Okay. So I wanted to touch on 2 things that you said. For my black people, mindfulness. Again, like he was saying about the crack era and stuff like that. You have to remember that most of these white people have had help. That's something that a lot of black people don't get. Because you're being influenced by the people that is around you.
Yeah, environment's everything.
And I wanted to add, and that goes into my second thing I wanted to say, where I heard a story. This is actually my dad's story. He had just got back from the military. You know what I'm saying? Did boot camp, all that good jazz. Straight back to his damn peoples. You know what I'm saying? They lived in Philly. They out there in New York. They doing their thing out there. He had the people, he had the people that was around him that, you know what I'm saying, he used to be friends with. You gotta remember when you come back from boot camp and stuff like that, there ain't no smoking, there ain't no doing no drugs. Because if they piss test you, you're getting sitting back home and you're getting a dishonorable discharge. My dad's sitting there, see his peoples, they like, hey, you know what I'm saying, bang, 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 let's smoke up, you know what I'm saying, let's go do this, let's go do that. And he had to sit there and think to himself, like, again, mindfulness. I gotta sit here and these people, I just went through this for what? How long you in boot camp? For like 6 months, 12 months, something like that? You're sitting there, you're doing all this hard work, you put in the work, you're making something for yourself. And now there's people around you that don't care about your success and stuff.
No, the envy.
They like, shoot, let's smoke up a joint. Let's light one up. Who cares?
You'll be straight, bro.
Yeah. They're not
taking the test.
They're not gonna piss test you. They're not taking the test, bro. They're not trying to better their lives. They want to sit in the same place they're in. So again, black people, find that help. Find the people who's gonna be around you, like Mello is to me, like my other friends are to me. Exactly.
I agree with that statement, man. Because, like I say, I don't ever judge nobody. Like, everyone in my eyes is just a human being that's all have that inner child in them that wants to get out, but realistically don't know how to get out or how to portray that to the world. So the main thing I always tell myself, and the one thing I'm trying to preach to the people around me, is your environment's everything. Like, if the people around you not growing, what do you think is gonna push you to grow? If everyone, like, it's different when I was training to make it pro and go play in the overseas league or the G League or something like that. When I was in that mode, training consistently every 3 days of the week, and then on the off days still working out, I was doing that with a group of people. And when I was working out with a group of people, I'm working out with a group of people that's in better shape than me. So what is that environment doing to me? Every day I'm trying to beat them in a race. I'm trying to beat them when we do ab workouts. I'm trying to beat them in the defensive drill. I'm trying to beat them one-on-one when we play each other. What does that do? That trains my mind to want better and want more. Because at the end of the day, we're all competitive human beings.
Yeah.
Competitive nature is in our heart. And we want to compete. Like, when me and Jai do this, we're never competing, but we're going to compete against our old selves. This video will be better than the last video. It's just second nature. When I trade in the market, I'm trying to beat what I did last week. I don't want to over trade. I don't want to over rush things. But at the same time, I'm going to beat myself that I was just at before. So it goes back into the environment. Like, you can't be around losers and think you're going to be the winner out of the losers. Because the losers are going to influence you to keep losing. Because that's what they know to do. You can't train someone to be a winner if you've never been a winner. And you can't go to someone and ask them how to win if they've never won before.
Right.
That's why I can't tell you how to make $1 million.
Your environment, man.
You feel me? It's an environment. And a lot of us are comfortable in that environment that's actually soothing our L's. The ones where they're not checking you after you do something. Or if they are checking you, they're doing it in such a subtle way where it doesn't really come off as, oh, they're checking me. They just, oh yeah. So like, say for instance, you mess up at work, you get suspended at work, and you don't work anymore. My homeboy got suspended at work the other day, and I mess with the dude. I love him, bro. Like, it's my guy, my little guy. Not even my little guy, he's a year younger than me. But at the same time, like, I had to tell him, like, bro, you had to do something real stupid to get suspended. Like, you had to be not paying attention to something. Like, it just doesn't magically happen. Someone else around him could say, oh, it's okay, at least they didn't fire you. When to me, I'm like, forget that, bro. I don't even care they didn't fire you, bro. You got suspended. We have a level of discipline we carry ourselves with. I think we have a level of principles we carry ourselves with. As us as black men, we don't need to be getting suspended from our job. This is what's paying us. This is what's helping us pay the bill. You know, without this job, you ain't got no money. And they go like that with everybody. Like, without the even entrepreneurs, all your business revenue, money, you ain't got no money. Like, if you have a product that's not selling, you're not making no money. You're not getting to a higher level. You're not getting to that next step. If we don't create videos, we're not growing our page.
Facts.
It's that simple. I can go talk to someone that has a page like this, which I don't know nobody with a page like this, you know. But I also could just like talk to someone that's done it before, and I'd want to be around them every day because that's the environment.
Not to cut you off real quick,
go.
But I have a question that I want to ask y'all. And I want y'all to put it in the comments or just think about it yourselves.
Before you ask that question, like this video, subscribe to the video, and send this to one of your friends because we're trying to grow too.
Of course.
And the way we grow is by y'all sharing the
Make
video.
sure that y'all are also on our Instagram pages
Facts.
at Wealthy Innovations and at The Unfiltered Empire.
With the N at the end.
Yep.
Right.
Anyway, the question is going to be, so we both talk to millionaires. Next step, talking to billionaires.
Facts.
If you were to sit and see a millionaire, let it be a rapper, let it be a, you know what I'm saying, singer, let
I
it
want
be
to
a
say
businessman.
Yeah, I want to say businessman first because if you ask a rapper how they made $1 million, you already know how they made $1 million.
No, but hold on, because the question now
Oh,
is,
yeah.
the question is, what would you say to them? Because you can ask. It goes into the story I was telling you a couple of months back, where I'm like, I met Tyrese, and you said to me, well, what would you ask him?
Yeah, ask.
When I was thinking about it at first, I'm thinking how a normal person would think. Well, shoot.
It's a celebrity.
Yeah, it's a celebrity. Let me get a picture or something.
Fuck the picture.
No, I need to have this. I need to keep my business mindset. How did you get here?
Because he's somewhere where you want to be. You saw the house that you pulled up at.
Yep.
You saw the cars you
And then that goes into the rappers and stuff as well. Because again, not everyone's gonna be like us. You might want to be a rapper. You might want to be a singer.
One of my friends is a rapper. We ain't cutting that out. Alright, we cut that out.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead.
How did you get here?
And to actually, I'm gonna answer part of that question.
Okay.
Because I feel like some people are gonna be like, well, you know, I would ask them, what is it like being a millionaire? Or I would ask them, yeah, I feel like the number one question people ask is, what is it like? And I sit back and I'm like, I wouldn't even ask that, because you know what it's like being a millionaire. You can see it on social media.
You watching it.
You watch it every day.
That's why you want to be that person.
Yeah. I want to know, what did you do when you took your first couple L's getting to where you're getting at? Because the problem is we all quit 99% of the time when we get that first or second L. So we never end up getting there. We don't even give ourselves a chance to get there. So I want to ask the people that have gotten there, all right, you took an L. You obviously this was not probably the first thing you tried. First film you wanted to get. Something went wrong. So rejection occurred somehow in this process.
Of course.
How did you handle the rejection? And now, what did you have to program in your mind to get you here? Because a lot of us take the rejection and we quit. And then we go back to thinking like, I'll be real with this, man. Like, I used to post videos and I get 1 view. I get 0 views on the video. And in my mind, I would want to quit. I'm like, well, this isn't resonating with nobody. I don't really think that people messing with what I'm saying. Maybe I'm doing too much. I'm 21 years old, turning 22, so they don't want to listen to me.
Facts.
They don't want to hear me speak. They don't think I got knowledge of what I'm talking about and things like that, until I just kept doing it, until I got smarter, until I took that I took the video getting taken down, I took losing footage, I took all that, and like, let's keep pushing. Let's keep going, because I know for the millionaires that where they are right now, even Elon and all of them, they're resilient in their mindset. They don't care about a no. They don't care about a failure. They just care about the next step into getting the goal that succeeded. And that's what I'm programming myself to do. I did want to put in here as well a quick fruit juice recipe for this video, because y'all messed with the one last video, and I'm going to put another one here just for you guys. If you are experiencing a cold or a flu,
allergies,
and you want to clean up your system, feel better at a quicker pace, I have a drink for you guys. This is apple, lemon, carrots, and ginger. This mixed together will will cleansify your body and help you feel better at a faster rate than if you were taking medicine. I salute people that take medicine, but I personally don't mess with medicine.
Yeah. Just
because of the side effects. And if you look at how they made the medicine, especially Tylenol and all that, like I said, I used to pop those every day. I used to, when I was in college, ibuprofen, all the knee pain pills, I used to take all of them. But when you realize how they make the pill, you realize the coating on these pills, you realize what's in the pill and what's all this side effect that can happen, you low-key just realize, why don't I just go the natural route? Because the natural route, they ain't really good. The side effect's healing. The pill is suppressing. And just like in mindfulness, you don't want to suppress the thoughts.
Right.
You want to heal your thoughts. How do you heal your thoughts? By sitting there and observing what's going on. How do you heal your body? By sitting there and putting in the natural ingredients it needs to reproduce the cells and the DNA that's currently missing, to now help your body rejuvenate itself faster.
And if you notice, that was a great example too, because if you notice, like, people from other countries and stuff like that, they're not popping pills every day. They're not getting no Advil and stuff like that. Your mom's got a secret recipe. Your grandma's got a secret recipe from 200 years ago,
Come on, bro.
and they're giving that to the kids. And guess what? You're feeling better by the next day.
Come on. I'm Jamaican. I go down to Jamaica, and when I go to Jamaica all the time, I'll go to the elders, I'll go to my family, the people I know, and the one thing they'll be like, my youth, you have to take care of your body. You gotta stay strong. You gotta stay strong and healthy. And these people, coconut. I know someone in Jamaica that drinks no water. He don't drink water. He drinks coconut water because he has an endless supply of coconuts, and he eats natural, healthy foods that he plants. Think about that life that's not being shown to us. They just passed today. I heard with JFK and Trump, they signed a deal to get food coloring out of or food dye or coloring dye, something of that sort, out of the FDA. So now they won't be putting dye and stuff into your food, which is a win. We need that out of our food. This Red 40 is destroying our immune system. It's giving us, a lot of us, cancer. Like, a lot of people don't realize, like, I eat candy sometimes. I ate candy today. Favorite candy is Mike and Ike. If you don't like Mike and Ike, you gotta get out of here, bro. You don't like Mike and Ike?
I used to.
Mike and Ike is gas. But I use that example because it ties into, I eat it at times, but I also am mindfulness of how much I'm eating it. And I read what's in the box. Like, I know at this point, I'm like, all right. I went about a year without eating candy, and I just started dabbling in just a little bit. And I'm about to cut it right back off because just read what's in these things, man. Like, read what's in your food. Read what's on the label. Please read what's on the label. Especially in the times we're living in right now. Everything is going up in price. Nothing is cheap no more. So if you're turning 25, if you get into that age anyways, you're going to be on your own insurance pretty soon. That's going to be taxing. You don't want to have to be using the insurance all the time because you still have to pay out of pocket or something.
Facts.
It costs more to be unhealthy than to be healthy. Because when you're healthy, you're going to spend a little bit more on groceries, but then all that extra stuff that pop up, the bill when you go to the urgent care, the bill when you got to go get a prescription, the bill when you got to go get soup and ginger ale because you're sick. That right there is extra bills that I might not have to pay because I used to pay it. But now I don't mind paying an extra $40, $50 when I go grocery shopping.
Yep.
Because now I'm getting the stuff that's going to make me live healthier longer.
And if you notice, everything that's healthier for yourself,
More expensive.
always more expensive.
Yep. High value people cost more.
Yeah. You go to a farmer's market or something like that, their stuff is always going to be a little bit more expensive.
Yep.
You go and you get a fruit juice.
Expensive. You want to go watch an NBA game? You ain't gonna pay $10 to watch an NBA game courtside. You want to go watch the best players in the world play basketball? You're gonna drop $3,000 to go sit courtside because of the value you're about to get. You're about to go watch the best players play. You're about to go watch the people that trained the most and took care of themselves the hardest to play on the court. It's just like with your body. You get your nice fancy car. I have my Jaguar. When I have my Jaguar, I'm putting 93 gas in the car. I'm not putting no 87 in the car. Because the tank ain't going to like that. The engine ain't going to like the 87. But we have a nice BMW Benz body, but we're putting 87 gas in the body.
Come on, man.
So then it's like, how you going to put 87 gas in any type of... We can even put E40 gas. Like, how you going to put low-grade quality into your high-grade quality body and think you'll get a high-grade result? It don't work like that.
Yep.
It just don't work like that. You know, I ain't trying to rant on nobody. I ain't trying to come at nobody. But it's that example that I know is going to hit somebody.
Yeah.
Because you will buy that nice car, and now you know, like my dad's Range. When we got to get an oil change, that shit's like $500. Why? Because the name and what they put in the car.
Precisely.
Your body and what you put in your body determines your value. COVID came out. We ain't going to go deep in COVID. I heard this today in a podcast I was listening to by Ed Milet. I definitely wanted to recite this in there. And COVID came out, and one of the biggest things that they said was the scariest factor for people is obesity. If you were obese, you were going to get COVID faster than an athlete. You're going to get COVID faster than someone that was in shape. It's not here to joke about the person or to make fun of the person, but it's the mindfulness though. One action you can take today can start changing that journey for you. Just one step. I'd rather do one thing than tell yourself I'm going to lose this, I'm going to lose that, I'm going to get here, I'm going to get there by doing one big jump when that's not realistic. One step every day. I heard a system, the ABC system, and I'm going to take this and put it into my life. I'm going to rate my day from A, B, and C. So I got things I want to do for the day. Like shooting this video, I'm gonna use it as an example. A is to shoot the video and get a long episode in that has full of content that I know will go well when we post it and things like that. That's A. B is to shoot a video, at least get halfway done, get some content for the rest of the night. C is to brainstorm at least what I'm gonna shoot in the video and get the camera ready and get something together and have that started until I get the video done. It's A, B, and C. So if I don't get the full video today, I still achieve something. So my mind is like, all right, I got this goal done for the day, I can move on. But a lot of us put these A goals with no B and C level on there and never achieve A and then quit. Like, it's backwards. Backwards living. You don't want to put that stress on your mind of achieving only an A goal when you can build a B and C goal and build it step by step. I'd rather you do one thing than do nothing.
So I really like what you said right there. And it goes into saying, again, taking those small steps. Like you said, find that A, B, and C. If you don't, then you're feeling overwhelmed. And if you do that as well, you're starting to miss a couple of steps because you're not looking at the big picture here. If you're not looking at the big picture, you're seeing only small things. I really like what you said there. So, and that goes into me saying, people need to stop quitting. Like we said just a little bit ago, life is hard.
Challenging.
Whoever you believe in is going to give you these challenges. If life was easy, then everybody would be a millionaire. Everyone would be a billionaire. Everyone would know how to network with people and get to where you need to get.
Everybody would be happy.
Exactly. You're going to have challenges. It's how you overcome these challenges that sets the tone. The tone of your life. Because now you're setting yourself back. Now you're looking like the people who are just sitting, moping around, saying, oh, I wish I could be this, I wish I could be that. Again, if you don't try,
you're never going to get nowhere. Never.
Stop quitting.
And it's okay to mess up and okay to fail. Like, it is perfectly fine to have a goal set and life happens and you don't hit the goal, or life happens and you don't get what you need done that you planned on getting done. Like, that's part of life. But how is your shake back period? Like, how long is it going to take you down and you're going to ponder on it? You're going to sit and think to yourself, oh my God. The more you ponder on something, it's the more you're just distracting yourself from getting the work done. That's simply it. The more you're pondering on something, is the more you're getting distracted from getting the actual work done. I might take a L. I might take a trade that's bad. I might do something. I might play basketball and make a move that's just... I used to miss dunks in game. You think that made me not want to ever dunk again? You think that made me not want to like go again and try even harder the next dunk?
Thanks.
Until I finally dunked on someone in game. If I would have quit after those misses in high school, I would have never got that dunk. In the long term that I can think of right now visually, because I remember how big of a moment it was. That ties into what he was just saying, like, you can't quit so easy in a world that wants us to quit.
Yep.
Especially us, like, we can't be quitting so much. And even if you're not quitting, if you know someone around you that's quitting, check them. I feel like we're missing someone checking us because we're so emotional. Someone check you and the first thing you do is get in your feelings instead of wondering why they're checking me. And then it builds trauma and turmoil that you don't need between people. So, I wrote this down the other day. And I'm saying this because of someone I was communicating with. I experienced this. So I said on the other side of not critically thinking, people are going to be triggered easily. And every time they get challenged, they're going to think that they're being gaslit because they don't really have too much self-awareness on why they're getting challenged. A lot of people get challenged and the first thing they do is attack the other person for challenging them. When realistically, if you're challenging me, I'm gonna sit here and wonder, all right, well, this person is telling me this. Like, say someone's trying to check me or something. We should welcome being challenged. Like, I welcome in my friends challenging me. I welcome in the people close to me checking me. I welcome in someone criticizing something that I did. Like, at first, I might not want to hear it. I might not agree with it in the first part. I might not think to myself, I might think to myself, why is this person telling me this? But then I'm also, before I'm gonna respond out of hatred or hate or whatever it is, I'm just gonna think to myself, like, maybe I need to hear that. So all in all, saying that is realistically just pointing out to you, like, here's the main thing. One, we're not quitting no more. Anything we start, we're not quitting.
Facts.
On top of that, we're gonna start being mindful. So the first step we gotta take is, one, we wake up in the morning. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to pray, talk to God. I'm not gonna tell you that. What I am going to tell you is to stay off that phone for the first at least 30 minutes that you wake up. What I am going to tell you is to be thankful for being awake. Be thankful that you woke up. Be thankful you got that breath. Be thankful you are here. You could be locked up somewhere with no privilege, no freedom. You get to wake up at a specific time of your choosing in your bed. Be grateful. Like, let's push gratefulness more. Also, the next step is, who are you around? Let's do an inventory. I challenge anyone watching this video right now to do a mental inventory. Who are my friends? Who are the people in my friend group? What are their trajectory on where they're trying to go in their life, and how are they moving to get there? Do they have a plan? Do they have a goal? Are they working towards something?
And now I want to say that, and we're about to wrap this up in a little bit, but every year, actually damn near 6 months, I go ahead and look through my phone, and I know a couple other people as well do. I go look through my phone. I start deleting contacts of people that I don't talk to anymore.
Facts. I don't follow you. Man, I'm doing a sweep.
Because what do you do? What do you need to be on my phone for?
Well, I need to know.
And I challenge you to do that as well. Because, or even if you don't talk to these people, what are you putting? What are you putting in my life that these other people who are talking to me? Sorry, that these other people who are talking to me. I don't even know what the fuck I was going with.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What are you putting in? What are you contributing to my life?
Yeah.
That the people that are in my life right now, are they contributing at a high level?
Okay.
Like with me and you, like I have to separate myself from a lot of different people because now I realize, like, all right, I look at our friendship as an example. We're here doing something productive, empowering ourselves individually. Then at the same time, we're collaborating with each other. That's two birds with one stone. We're both growing, we're both working together towards a goal, and we're both keeping ourselves accountable and achieving that goal. So that's the environment.
And most people around you are just overstimulating you.
For sure.
You go over a friend's house, what are you doing? Rolling up a joint and motherfucking
And
scrolling through y'all's phone.
You feel me? Like, what are we talking about?
Usually some type of gossip.
Yeah, you're talking about somebody else. You're talking about what this person doing and how they doing it. And then you're also talking about either the girls or the guys, depending on the group of people you with. Like, we have a very over-sexualized mind, too. Just keeping that as buck as possible. I got to keep that as buck. Like, we're in this day and age where, one, women are naked on half the time in person that you see. I'm not going to hate on that or nothing. Like, I'm just saying, when we see outside, when you go outside, a lot more cleavage is being shown. And then for men, it's like we're sexualizing that. Like, when we think about that, we're like, oh, what goes to your mind first? like that's the only question I gotta ask. Like, I ain't gotta say nothing else, but that ties into mindfulness. Is that what matters right now?
Get to learn people, because again, you're looking at Instagram, you're on TikTok, you say, oh, this girl is cute, oh, this girl is bad.
That shit fake.
This girl could be doing OnlyFans, brother.
You ain't know.
You ain't know.
No, you fell in love with an OF.
Again, stop falling in love, bro. Be friends with. Hold on. Be friends with the girl first. Learn people first, cause again, you're. I'm sorry. I just don't like that story.
You told people not to love, man.
That's not what I'm like trying to say.
You told them do not love,
bro. Because people are following it. Because you're falling in love with an Instagram girl.
Oh,
you're not out here searching for your one. That's different. That's when you fall in love. You find your person. You find your one. But again, you're scrolling through Instagram. You see two pictures of a girl, and you're like, "Yeah, bro, she could have dookie stains in her drawers. She could be staying with her parents, bro. She could be a dirty individual. You never know. But you know what? You know what you will find in your one? She'll make sure that you're good at the end of the day.
Oh, for sure.
She'll ask you.
Talk about it.
She'll ask you how you actually feel, because that's a lot of things that people don't do, even in friendships.
Yeah.
She'll know you before. She'll know how you feel before you even express it.
It's like your mind reader. It's like your mind reader. I've not found that one.